talk ever. Give it up for Stephen Hicks. Hicks.
Thank you. Hello? Hello. So I actually don't know what you're going to learn from this one, Corey. I'm sorry. Aside from the fact that I have a lot of learning to do when it comes to machine learning. As he mentioned, I went to a session yesterday where I got to basically learn how to build a recurrent neural network. It was really fun. Sarah Sexton and Jennifer Marsman did it. If you were there, it was awesome. And we were doing things like, take a bunch of Harry Potter books and turn it into a Harry Potter book. I found a massive data set of TED Talks, and I thought, what a great idea to build a TED Talk and then give it as a TED Talk. You will find out that it was not a great idea. We'll find that out together. So I should also note that I have never given a TED Talk, so this is just my approximation of how a TED Talk would go. Without further ado, I present the 401, I Always Happened Summer. And you'll forgive me for reading from my notes since it was generated this morning, and that's what I got. It was a civil come-out in the time you get 20 years ago. Now you can picking, and know that remains to passing back, that are the internation and doing them. And much at the last cities we have, this have a car transformation. Shrew you get that are wonders, and there's a single way that you reality. He felt all the words. All the words. And the way that are so at disease, and they can get out this like it is a maid there. And here was only in a gat, underwet story of all these interesting about people find a problem. You know, when you contact through, this is all techniques. And more through off-tend ears. It puts of the standards, all the hands, in the burned, the reach, that here is a powerful idea. The same really, in fact, and the seconds. And as I was basically Merrowers, and remarction, and interested. Then we can actually one and big as started it. I can't look at this word and not laugh. It's urant, which just looks like urine to me, and I just giggle. I want to urant was looking at a name difference. The mirrors. So what? They machine. So what do some of the Aryan convergencies? This is a start of the DNA. My enough. My enough. Now it's a Christab. And talk about it between the hands and the lots. And the sense has for rates with the high parts. When you can use the language, so it's being connections. Right, what we call these connections, and also a village, that are problem on how to be all out. To part of a thing, to get a sort of, and the May, this is just gibberish at this point, and the May has kind of self-internet. And I didn't go down to quite going to show you a lot of days. The DNA is going to, indeed, in auto, we that wonder, really, that are all tiny cargery, 8, 9, and a charity. I've got was a half. We had to see a consult. 2 results, places, that does an author's, that we put cell companies that were fish patties. And the best two vary sense. That here's the stuff to the single intervis, I guess that's how you pronounce that, the tools and are my stem. And here's a change. The fishing to the connected, and for the taste on art days. And then they are not all the just another than the half than the universe. That they convental than there. And it was more on a communicate that they're coming online. One of the ants in a back to the way and down on all the change mandarch in the season was given techniques to the first that we can be a particular sort of the ants. And what is the game thing? The technique, in a sense, is that you just leave this year. Thank you.